Hello again, and this one is called The 3 Acts of Love, and these come from my former partner and current friend Guaxara. And I'm going to go through these in reverse order. And so, number 3 is appreciation. And I do feel that it's really clear to make the statement that all these love languages are not limited to romantic relationships, they're universal in all our expressions. So number 3 is appreciation. And whenever we appreciate anything about a person, their appearance, what they're wearing, what they say, what they do, how they are, how we feel about them, gratitude for something they've done, whatever it is. Appreciation is one of these golden keys that makes life magical and brings a sparkle to people's eyes. So appreciation, I feel, is in some cultures very undervalued. And so my feeling is, if you want to get more in tune with love, appreciate. And I once lived in a community called Middlewood, 225 acres for 4 years, with 11 adults and 7 children. And the landowner's wife, Jane, she was the gifted in this sense, because she made a very specific point. If someone had ever done something, she would always contact them in some ways afterwards to thank them. Thank you for your visit, thank you for your volunteer work, thank you for building this, thank you for doing that, whatever it was. She felt a really strong need to do that, and so she was my guru on that one. She was one of the people that made me realise, yes, it's a very powerful act of love to give gratitude to someone. And one of the most powerful acts of love we can do is to give gratitude for everything that we have in our lives. We can give gratitude to our Creator, to ourselves, and to other people. So I feel gratitude is a really important one. I've been giving gratitude every day for 2 years now, and it has changed my perception of existence so radically. Every day without fail, I'm always finding things to be grateful for. Sometimes that's an internal process, I just think the thought of gratitude. Other times I say them out loud. Other times I say them to the person. It's a wonderful thing to do. So that's appreciation, gratitude. That was number 3. Appreciating what is, people, ourselves. Number 2 is affection. And affection can be in a physical way with physical touch. It can also be the way in which we speak to someone. And here's a bit of a light bulb moment. It's also the way we can speak to ourselves about ourselves. I do have a friend for a very long time, and she did confess to me that for a long time she was very unkind about the way she thought about herself. Her thoughts about herself were very critical and they lacked kindness. And as she's progressed on a spiritual journey, she's now very kind to herself. So you can be affectionate and kind with yourself, with others, and even with life and the environment. So for me, I see a strong link between affection and kindness. It is, I would say, impossible to be affectionate whilst being cruel. I don't think that's going to fly somehow. I don't know about you. As before, please do let me know in your comments your opinions about all this. So for me, I would say number 2, affection, very important. And it makes me feel safe. If someone is affectionate with me, instantly I feel so much safer. I feel, yes, this is a safe person to be with. And so therefore, being affectionate with ourselves is an incredibly important thing to do, because we're showing ourselves that we are safe to be who we are. That sounded a bit strange, but that's what's come up for me. So that was number 2. On number 1, I most especially remember this with my twin flame. With my twin flame, I knew in my shamanic senses of what she needed more than anything else was attention. She needed to be heard. She needed to be listened to. She needed to be looked at. And she needed to be looked at where me looking at her, just the way I looked at her, expressed very clearly how much I enjoyed her presence. Now this doesn't just apply to my twin flame, this applies to everyone. Everyone loves attention. Although something has just come up for me, and yeah, this is something I would explore with you, particularly with children. The worst thing you can do to a child is to deny the child any attention whatsoever. Sometimes people will go and visit a family and spend all their time talking to the adults and ignoring the child. Children don't like this. In fact, children detest it. It's deeply distressing to them. And I always make a point with my grandson of giving him plenty of attention, because I know how he needs it, because he's human. That's simply that, he's human. And I actually love giving attention to people. It's something that gives me great pleasure and enjoyment. I like looking at the person, I like listening to them, I like feeling how I feel when I'm with the person and that person's energy. These are things I greatly enjoyed. I think it's being with my twin flame that gave me the capability. We were together for 2 years. It gave me the capability to really mine this gift of attention to its very last drop. Now there is an issue here for me, which is if the person demands attention, and just go figure, isn't this so terribly human? If the person demands attention from me, they were not available for me to give attention. They're not even asking for attention, they're demanding attention. That instantly creates an impulse in me to want to withdraw my attention. So I feel that's something that's very important for us to realise. This brings us to the question of need. And this person I can think of in particular who demands attention, she's demanding attention because as a child she didn't get enough. She really did not get enough attention. And so if she's getting the attention, it's fine. But after a certain length of time, if she's not getting attention, she can go into quite an automatic process whereby she starts to demand it. So I'm kind of aware of how this all works and plays out. And I'm aware that can create a resistance in me, in extreme cases, even a withdrawal. So I'd be so interested to know how you feel about the 3 subjects of appreciation, affection, and attention. How are these 3 love actions for you? Do any of them trigger you? Clearly, for what I just said, sometimes the demand for attention can be triggering. So please do let me know. And I made this film with my mind fold on, because if I cut out all the visual stimulation from my environment, I find it helps me to focus more on what it is I wish to communicate. So I just thought I'd mention that as I raise myself up out of the Epsom salts bath with the lavender to relax in, with the rosemary for remembrance, all powerful plant spirits, and with the 3rd one, frankincense, which is for abundance and includes prosperity. Thank you very much and all the love to you. Please do comment